Good evening all, and welcome to the new world that is home education. I'm the maths mum and I am absolutely committed to helping every parent out there through the home education in maths. I'll mainly be focusing on primary school maths, largely because that's where the most frustration will lie with parents, because things look very differently in a classroom environment than they do at home for our children when it comes to maths. And secondly, I believe that's the area that I've been concentrating on and I can do the most support in. There are loads of tutors and loads of people out there that will do secondary level maths education, so I'm sticking to primary school. So first thing I've already done is I've set up a directory in my website, which is Home Education Help, and under there I will be posting regularly things like booklets, worksheets, information, blogs, video blogs, but you'll find every piece of information there and it will all be free. I'm doing this free. Obviously I do no longer have courses running, so my income is drastically reduced, but this is a need. I have put a donation button on my website, so if you have got some extra money and you do like what you see, make me a donation. I would be more than grateful. So first thing that I want to talk about is maths aids, and I have put my first booklet on the website tonight, which is 18 pages of make your own maths aids. Okay. And this goes alongside with this video because you need to know what maths aids are. So firstly, at school, your children use an awful lot of things which we call to consolidate the concrete maths. They're touchy-feely. They're very much things that they see in their classroom every day. I'm going to point to some of them, point them out. We have got deans. Deans, okay? This represents 10, this is 1, this is 100, this is 1,000. Some children know these as sticks and dots, squares, sticks and dots, blocks, squares, sticks and dots. Those are deans. The next thing we have is Numicon. Started off as a special needs tool, but quite quickly progressed into the mainstream environment. Your children might know those as the funny things with the holes in them, but these are called Numicon, and they're really good. Obviously 8, 6, 6 and 5, which is the odd, which is the even number. They're really good, very, very tactile, very useful. Those are Numicon. The next thing that we have are these things here. These are Cuisenaire rods. They're just rods of wood, okay? They've got no markings on them whatsoever, but they have a height, 10 centimeters, 9 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and so forth down to 1 centimeter. And these are used quite often to compare and put together. So I need a green and a black together to make the same length as the orange. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so those are Cuisenaire rods. Okay, next thing we have are number lines. I've forgotten my big number line, excuse me. I'm back, my number line. You're gonna have to get used to this, how should I say, unprofessional videos, because I'll be doing them in one take to save time. But this is a number line. Okay, this is the one that I use, it's 0 to 100. They're quite difficult to get these days and they cost quite a lot of money, about £12 in the shop. But if you've got an old style tape measure at home, you know, dressing tape measure, one of those will do. But in my booklet, I have got number lines like this that you can print out, and I've done 1 to 100 and you can actually stick them together. So you just have to cut them out and make sure they line up. There's also some blank number lines as well. They will come in useful when we're doing some basic subtraction and addition. Okay, and then later on I've also included, although it's not really applicable for the younger years, is one with a negative number line in it. The next thing is place value maths. they use these quite a lot in conjunction with the deans, and we'll be talking about all of these tools, maths aids by the way. I will be talking in due course about what you do with them and setting work that uses them. But for the meantime, for the start, it's important you realise that these are the types of things that they have in school. So you're going to need to spend some time in actually getting these at home. I have said on my booklet, you can go buy everything probably on Amazon if you want, if they're still delivering. However, you have got most of the things either in the workbook that I've created, or you can have alternatives at home. Okay, the next thing that I think, let me just check my booklet. I think I've covered most of the things in the booklet. Numicon, yeah. Oh yeah, I have also put in here a number square to 100. It looks like a snakes and ladders board, but I've put in a full one and also a blank one. One other thing, if you have at home, is a good idea, whiteboard and pencil and rubber, because children at school love doing maths and whiteboards. So if you have got one of those at home, excellent, it's a bonus. If you haven't, again, and you're doing a shop, maybe you can put one on the list. Some of the other things that I've got in front of me that I want to show you is, I've got some counters, but you can probably pick those up in, you know, kind of in games that you have. It's always useful to have things like that. Yeah, don't worry too much, because if not, I'm sure you'll find some Lego in your house. You can use Lego for quite a lot of the things that I would use counters for. Smarties, Skittles can be used for maths. And 3 other things I picked up this week. Okay, if you don't want to use the paper deans that you can print out, you could always go to the pine shop and get these. So these could be your squares for 1s, your sticks for 10s, and the felt squares can be these for 100. So you can substitute for things that you can find craft, and obviously they can be useful for a load of things. But again, they were £1 each in the pine shop. These are all things that if you have a child who is in reception year, year 1 or year 2, they will be familiar with. And they can show you how they use them, because they'll never have had an opportunity to do that at home because they don't have these things at home. But this is how they work their maths. They use deans in subtraction and addition. They use number lines in subtraction and addition. They do basic addition and kind of number bonds with the Cuisenaire rods. They do number bonds with Numicon as well. So all of these words I'm talking to you about, don't freak out. I will be covering everything in tutorials on a daily basis. You are not going to get lost in maths, because I am determined to keep everyone on board with what is going on. And anyone who's been to my courses will tell you that I make things very easy, very real, very useful to do in the house. Wherever possible, I'll be substituting by things in the cupboard. If your cupboards have got anything in them, hopefully, fingers crossed, they have. But I always find a practical way of doing the maths. I will be open for questions. I will be doing video tutorials like this. I will be going live on my Instagram and Facebook feed. You can email me at contact@themathsmum.co.uk or message me through either of my Facebook or Instagram. I am here to help. Please shout out, tell me what it is you want to do, and I will do it within reason. I will also be looking after my 3 boys, who will probably star in some of my later videos. So watch this space, and good luck to everyone who is in this new world that we're in at the moment. I do believe that I'm a glass half full girl, and say we're going to make the best of it and use the opportunity to do things with your children that you wouldn't otherwise do, even if that is maths. And I am determined that by the end of all this, we are going to be loving maths together. Good luck.